And it is raining here in Chicago. And you're about ready to watch the 0-3 Bears battle it out with the 0-3 Ravens. And it's safe to say, even if these teams won every game after today, just because if the Bears finish the season 7-3 and the Ravens finish the season 6-4, they might not have a chance at the playoffs because there's only 10 weeks of football, and other teams could be 8-2, 9-1, and even 10-0.
Pat O'Donnell to kick off for
so
Chicago.
Those better records would get the playoff spots. Meanwhile, here's O'Donnell to kick this one away, and we are underway from Soldier Field. Here's the return. And the Ravens, even though they lost, were lucky to get home field advantage 3 weeks in a row. Normally, if you lose, you have to be the road team.
29-yard line.
But since the other team lost too, they were fortunate enough to have home field advantage for 3 weeks in a row. Meanwhile, Jackson's going to get sacked on the first play by Khalil Mack.
Khalil Mack.
The Bears have not played at home yet, so that's why they're playing here tonight. And the last game out was a loss to Kansas City. 62 to something.
Complete to Marquise Brown.
It was 62 to 30 something, I believe. So that was a big loss for the Bears, and they bring the Ravens down behind the field or behind the line again. And the Bears are playing some pretty good defense.
2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line.
We'll have to see if Nick Foles can come out here and have a good night tonight. Mitch Trubisky has not started any game this season. It's always been Nick Foles that started.
And 10 yards to go.
And you let him get all that field, but it's still 4th down, so the Ravens still have to punt, and a quick 3 and out for the Ravens to start the drive.
Sam Cook on to punt for the Ravens.
Here's the kick, or the punt, excuse me, and here's the return. He's going to return this to about the 28, and that is where Nick Foles will go to work. Not sure why Trubisky's running out there. Get your happy butt back on the bench where you belong. Nick Foles needs to come out here.
Yard line.
And apparently Mitch Trubisky tried sneaking on the field, but Foles said, "Get back on the bench, dude. You already know I got this." But he threw an incomplete pass on his first pass of the game.
Intended for Allen Robinson. Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Nick Foles hands off, and what a rush by Cohen for the first down. They're going to have a touchdown. The Bears in the end zone already. And one of these teams will get their first win of 2021 tonight. Unless if it ends in a tie.
Cairo Santos lining up for the extra point. His kick is good.
So 7-0, and the Bears will kick off to the Ravens.
Nothing. Pat O'Donnell to kick off.
Mitch Trubisky running out on the field smiling. Gets kicked off by Nick Foles, and Nick Foles says that is why you belong on the bench. Because you can't do what I just did there.
At their own 30-yard line.
Here's Jackson, and Jackson might end up in the coach's doghouse, and there's an interception by Jackson.
To Sean.
So Jackson throws an interception and the Bears have the ball back. And Nick Foles is like, I didn't even get a chance to rest.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
But he doesn't care. As he hands this off.
David Montgomery, the ball carrier. Derek Wolf there on the stop. No gain on the play.
Now Foles on 2nd and 10. He's going to throw here. Foles' pass is caught. Inside the 10.
Darnell Mooney. That's good for a Chicago Bears. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Over the middle, the tight end's open in the end zone, and there's another touchdown for Chicago.
Touchdown, Bears. Cairo Santos lining up for the extra point.
The extra point is good. That makes it 14-0.
Makes the score Bears 14, Ravens nothing. Pat O'Donnell.
Are you watching that, Isaiah? Here's O'Donnell with the kickoff.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
And oh, the coach said he has enough with Jackson acting up and sends out the backup. And that's an interception. And the Bears to return this. They stop him in the enemy 14, and now Trubisky could literally just throw a long pass to the end zone.
Intercepted. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Cohen, he broke free for a minute, and he's brought down at the 7.
Number 29, Tariq Cohen, the ball carrier. Chuck Clark brought him down. It's a gain of 7.
Foles
2nd and 3.
Throws pass intercepted in the end zone by the Ravens.
Foles pass intercepted by the Ravens. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 2-yard line.
Here's Huntley, the backup, and he threw an interception on his first pass. He almost throws another one on his second pass.
Huntley's pass, intended for Mark Andrews, incomplete. Coverage on the play by Kyle
Huntley
Fuller.
hands it off. Here's a rush to the 8.
Gus Edwards, the Baltimore ball carrier. The tackle made by Robert Quinn.
Oh, Justin Tucker, the kicker's out there playing QB. The coach didn't like what he was seeing with Huntley. And there's a catch.
Tucker's pass complete to Marquise Brown. A gain of 7. 1st down, Ravens.
Justin Tucker completes a pass. He's going to fake the handoff. Here he goes. He gets it away, but unfortunately it's incomplete.
Tucker's pass intended for Marquise Brown. Incomplete. Jalen Johnson on the coverage.
Oh, it's a fumble and the Bears recover. At their own 11, or at the Ravens 11. Foles on 1st and 10. And there's a touchdown.
Jimmy Graham. Touchdown, Bears. Cairo Santos lining up for the extra point.
This to make it 21-0, and the Ravens are down 21-0 with 13 seconds to go in the first. Tucker's confident. He's like, that's all right, guys. We'll get back out there and try again.
Pat O'Donnell to kick off.
Chances are Tucker's going to play this entire game and probably a couple extra weeks, too. depending on how well he does.
The Ravens
Tucker's back out on the field.
At their own 26-yard line.
And him and the Bears, or the Ravens offense ready to go to work. Tipped and incomplete.
Tucker's pass intended for Des Bryant. Incomplete. Coverage on the play by Kyle Fuller.
Tucker's like, I don't get paid enough for this. And throws an interception. And the Bears have another touchdown.
Smith. Touchdown Bears. Cairo Santos
As time
lining up
expires.
for the extra point.
And the extra point is good, and it's 28-0 after 1 quarter of
Makes the
football.
score Bears 28, Ravens nothing.
They might want to send Jackson back out there.
Pat O'Donnell to kick off for Chicago.
'Cause by the time the Bears are done, it's going to be a bunch of crying Ravens on the field. Maybe even dead Ravens.
The Ravens take over first and 10.
Here's Tucker after throwing the interception on the last drive, and he's like, come on. And their name's the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, Justin Tucker gets it down to a second in inches, so not bad. And they're sending out Trace McSorley now
Tucker's pass
to try to
the
recover
ground
this
and
team.
incomplete. Coverage on the play by Kyle Fuller.
I don't blame Justin Tucker for not wanting to play QB.
Trace McSorley.
And that's a 4th and inches.
His pass. Sam Cook on to punt for the Ravens.
Here's McSorley, and he has a first down.
McSorley on the keeper. Roquan Smith in on the tackle. A gain of a yard.
He did the QB sneak
And
for the
Ravens
first down. And when you're down 28-0 and your coach is excited about that, I think it's time for another coach.
McSorley's pass complete to Mark Andrews. It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Baltimore.
McSorley's pass is complete. 1st and 10. So for all you Ravens fans, you're just getting shellacked.
Pass complete to Nick Boyle. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 39-yard line.
Pass is caught. Finally, a QB that throws something other than
McSorley's
interceptions
pass
and incomplete
complete to Willie
passes.
Snead. First and goal, Baltimore.
Incomplete.
McSorley's pass intended for Marquise Brown.
Yeah.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and goal.
He fakes the handoff, and the quarterback's gonna get. Oh no! I thought he was gonna get a touchdown.
McSorley on the keeper. Brought down at the 2-yard line.
And for some reason, the Ravens still can't get a touchdown, and they're down 28-0
A
still.
gain of a yard. brings up 4th and goal at the 1-yard line.
Pass is caught, and finally a touchdown for Baltimore.
McSorley's pass complete to Des Bryant. Touchdown, Baltimore.
What is up, Harley? The Ravens are now down 28-6. And here's Tucker in his proper position. You've seen Lamar Jackson holding the ball.
Good. Makes the score Bears 28, Ravens 7. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
28-7, here's the return. They couldn't get him down.
Cordero Patterson on the return. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
Be alert, be alert. Here we go.
Nick Foles throws a pass, and it's caught.
Darnell Mooney. That's good for a Chicago Bears. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Let's go, let's go. Here we go, here we go. 180. 58, right there. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Foles pass intended for Allen Robinson. Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Foles' pass is caught.
Allen Robinson. That's good for a Chicago Bears.
Here we go, I got you.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
1st and goal, and no, they stop him. That would have made it 35-7.
The ball carrier stopped short of the goal line. No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal.
And that's 34-7.
Cole Kmet. Touchdown, Bears.
And now it's 35-7.
His kick is good. Makes the score Bears 35, Ravens 7. Pat O'Donnell to kick off for Chicago.
And we'll have to see if the Ravens can get back into the end zone again. There's the return to the 30.
1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
McSorley with 1:10, which is 70 seconds to go until halftime. Here he is. That's incomplete.
McSorley's pass intended for Des Bryant.
So mathematically, McSorley's not going to be able to pull off the Kirk Cousins move. And take the lead going into halftime. But they could get down the field and score a touchdown.
McSorley's pass intended for Des Bryant. Incomplete. It's now 4th down.
Here's McSorley. McSorley airs it out. There's a 1st down. McSorley. It's tipped and they can't catch it.
McSorley's pass intended for Mark Andrews. incomplete. Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35
From 35 yards out. Here he goes for the end zone. It's a Hail Mary throw. Incomplete.
McSorley's pass, intended for Willie Snead, incomplete. It's third
And
down.
McSorley said he's going to make sure the freaking Ravens get into the end zone. There's a catch!
Pass interference. Defense.
And it's defensive pass interference.
Come on now, let's go.
Automatic first down.
Ready? 60 bison, 60 bison.
So here's McSorley. First and goal. And it's a touchdown for the Ravens.
McSorley's pass, complete to Mark Andrews. Touchdown, Baltimore. Justin Tucker lining up for the extra point.
Here they go for the extra point. It is good. That makes it 14 to 35.
Makes the score Bears 35, Ravens 14. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker kicks it away. There's the return. And now Foles can just hand this off a couple times and send it to halftime.
34-yard line. David Montgomery.
I said a couple times, so I'm calling a timeout to make sure you said a couple times.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
1 second. A 62-yard field goal. There's no way he freaking
Cairo
makes this.
Santos on for the field goal. A 62-yard attempt.
And it's no good as
His
expected.
kick is no good.
And we've reached halftime in a dominant game for the Bears. Do we see a copy and paste of the Kansas City Chiefs from last week?
For Baltimore.
And Tucker has to kick them off. There's Patterson with the return, and he stopped at his own 23. That's where Foles will take over.
At their own 23-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Bears. Pass is caught. There's flags down.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Ineligible receiver downfield on the offense. And that will back the Raiders up 5 more yards. There's a catch.
Allen Robinson. That's good for a Chicago Bears. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Get in the weight room. 58, boy, 58. 58. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you
Here they go, and they have a first down.
The ball carried by the wide receiver.
No, they
Jimmy
don't. Second
Smith,
and
the one
inches.
who brought him down. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the Ravens' 39-yard line.
For the moment, that's intercepted, but multiple flags down.
Pass interference. Defense.
And the ball will be returned to the Bears, as that was pass interference on the defense.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Foles to the end zone. Pass is caught.
Darnell Mooney.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Bears. Cairo Santos lining up for the extra point. The kick is good.
42 to
Makes the
14
score
now.
Bears
One play,
42,
28 yards, and a touchdown.
Ravens 14. Pat O'Donnell to kick off for Chicago.
And it's safe to say the Bears are winning this one.
The Ravens
Plenty of
take
time
over
for a
first
comeback,
and 10
but
at their own
the thing is,
32-yard
with the Ravens, they spend too much time passing the ball around rather than getting extra yards. He slips on the rein and catches it.
McSorley's pass complete to Mark Andrews. It's a gain of 20. First down, Ravens.
McSorley airs it out. Pass caught.
McSorley's pass complete to Marquise Brown. It's a gain of 17 yards.
First and 10 from the opponent
And
31.
the Raven first down.
Here they go. They fire. Pass caught. That's Andrews.
McSorley's pass complete to Mark Andrews. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
And that's incomplete as that's batted away.
Intended for Mark Andrews. Incomplete. Leads to second and goal.
There it is to the end zone. It's intercepted at the goal line.
Kyle Fuller. McSorley's pass intercepted. The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Foles with 4 seconds on the play clock. Snap. The ball is snapped and it's caught.
To Cole Kmet. 1 yard gain brings up second and 9 at the 21-yard line.
Foles. Allen Robinson with the catch for the first down.
Allen Robinson. That's good for a Chicago Bears. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Foles gets sacked.
Nick Foles sacked by Calais Campbell. Tackled back at the 33-yard line.
Foles fires incomplete. Intended for Allen Robinson.
Intended for Allen Robinson. Incomplete. Marcus Peters on the coverage.
Foles looking, fires down the field. Allen Robinson, and he has a touchdown. Yes.
Allen Robinson. Touchdown.
This to make it 49 to 14.
The kick is good. Makes the score Bears 49.
And it's good. It makes the score 49 for Chicago and 14 for Baltimore. O'Donnell to kick this one away. There it is. And he's stopped at the 23. Remember, no music,
take
please.
over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
LeBron. Here's the snap. Fires, pass, incomplete, flags down.
Pass interference. Defense.
Stop playing that, dude.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
McSoftly airs it out down the field. It's incomplete.
McSorley's pass.
That's going to be a long
Intended for
fourth
Des
quarter if
Bryant.
he can't get anything going.
Incomplete. It's second down and 10.
McSorley hands it off. That's Dobbins, and he's brought down.
J.K. Dobbins on the carry for Baltimore. Tackle made at his 48-yard line. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's
McSorley. Pass incomplete, intended for Des Bryant.
McSorley's pass. Intended for Des Bryant. Incomplete. It's fourth down.
And he's brought down at the 28.
DeAndre Carter on the return. The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Man, I got you. Hey, 40's Mike right there. 40's Mike.
Foles. Hands off to Montgomery. Here's the rush, and that will end the third quarter.
Number 32, David Montgomery, the ball carrier. He was brought down by Malik Harrison. That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Bears 49.
Here we off to the fourth and final quarter. Foles.
Tariq Cohen. That's good for a Chicago Bears.
The Bears are looking for their first win of the season. Could they get it here tonight? So far they are, as Foles is brought down.
Foles on the keeper. He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11 at the 44-yard line.
Foles looking downfield. He fires, passes, caught. Flags down.
Pass interference. Defense.
The Bears are in field goal range, and they're stopped behind the line.
Foles pass complete to Tariq Cohen. It's a pickup of 6.
Here's
Brings up
Foles.
second and 4 at the 12-yard line.
He gets it down to the 5.
That's good for a Chicago Bears. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Pass is caught.
Foles pass complete to Darnell Mooney. A gain of 3 brings up second and goal at the 2-yard line. Foles pass complete to Anthony Miller. No gain on the play. Brings up third and goal.
Here we go, Foles. It's intercepted.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
And return to the 43.
Intercepted by the Ravens. They'll take over first and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Passes caught. No.
McSorley's
Out of bounds.
pass, intended for Mark Andrews. Incomplete. It's now second and 10.
McSorley. They have the first down.
McSorley's pass complete to Marquise Brown. A gain of 13 yards. First down, Baltimore.
Incomplete.
McSorley's pass intended for Des Bryant. Incomplete. Coverage on the play by Kyle Fuller.
That's incomplete as we reach the 2-minute warning. 49-14 Bears. Incomplete.
McSorley's pass, intended for Marquise Brown, incomplete.
This to make it 49-17. It is good.
The field goal is good. Makes the score Bears 49, Ravens 17. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Patterson to the end zone for the touchdown.
Cordero Patterson. Touchdown Bears.
This to make it 56-17.
For the extra point.
That is good.
The kick is good. Makes the score Bears 56, Ravens 17. Pat O'Donnell to kick off for Chicago. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
McSorley. Batted away and incomplete.
McSorley's pass, intended for Mark Andrews, incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Pass is caught. Time quickly running out. 3rd down and 3. Foles knows his guys are going to win.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Out of bounds at the 39.
Complete to Mark Andrews. A gain of 15. 1st down, Ravens.
Incomplete.
McSorley's pass, intended for Willie Snead, incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10. McSorley
Incomplete.
on the keeper. Intended for Marquise Brown. Incomplete. It's 3rd down and 10 yards to go. McSorley's pass, complete to Des Bryant. It's a gain of 20 and a Raven 1st down.
And the Ravens call a timeout with 1 second left to try to make this a 24-56 ball game. Incomplete. 56-17 the final. The Ravens are 0-4.
Bears 56, Ravens 17.
The Bears are winners for the first time in 2021. As we say, so long.